other. Gang, what a great rant we've got. The official guide for idiots to prospecting. And what did I do? I collated all the questions that people ask me in prospecting, and I've put them together in a nice 20-minute rant where we're going to go through each of those questions. That's what we're going to do today. So, if you've got a sales assistant or a PA, press that share button. Make sure that they're viewing this content, because I'm going to make sure that tomorrow when you're at work, wherever you are, UK, Australia, New Zealand, the USA, hey, how good is that? I posted it during the week. Number 3 in the world, socially media engaged, coached, ranked by Facebook. Hey, David Walker, good to see you back from Bali. Number 3 in the world. Number 1, Tom Ferry. Number 2, the Mike Ferry organization, which, by the way, is his dad. And number 3, Tom Panos. And on engagement, number 2 in the world. Don't have a videographer following me. All being done by myself with a mobile phone. And I am so pumped and excited. Hello, Ben Slawiczka, my good mate. How are you? I'm so pumped and excited. Why? Because we now live in a world where it doesn't matter who your parents were, whether you've got a budget to take out media spend on Channel 9, whether you've got contacts, you can build your own TV station. All you need is good content, an audience that's got your vibe, so a tribe that's got your vibe, and also understanding some basic little things about technology and understanding that your job is to be a value-added provider, to show more, do more, give more. And I'm going to be talking about a word today that the word that I'm going to give you is going to pretty much sum up prospecting, all right? But gang, let's move into it. The first thing I want to do is actually oh, by the way, I was reading a fucking great book. And the guy that the book's about is called Peter Thiel. He's the guy that invented PayPal. And he talked about every great organization has got a secret. Every great organization has got a secret. Think about it. They have something that other people don't know about, and they use it. They have this secret, right? Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that for a moment. Because a secret might be something that others don't know about, but you know about. But sometimes the secret is something that people are aware of it, but they're too scared to actually have the guts to go for it. Sometimes the secret is actually the timing is not right. And I'll give you a perfect example of that, right? Example, in 1993, Apple had a device called the Newton. And the Newton was pretty much like an iPad, but it didn't take off. And the reason it didn't take off is the internet was not at the level that it is today for it to be able to give the value that an iPad does. I'll give you another example of the secret. For instance, Airbnb and Uber, they could not have worked 15 years ago because the mobile phone, they're dependent on a mobile phone. And the timing wouldn't have been right. So timing is critical because Airbnb and Uber require a mobile phone for its functionality to be able to actually provide the product to the people. Like, think about it. You're on a road, you want a car, you get it. Without a mobile phone, the value of that product doesn't exist. So, guys and girls, I share this story with you because I believe that as I work with real estate companies around Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, I notice that a lot of businesses do have a secret, right? They don't share it with a lot of people. It's their own little thing. and I want you to be aware of it. And I also want you to be aware that every day there's opportunities out there for you to actually execute. But what might stop you is that you're scared because they haven't done it. So I think it does take courage. It does take courage to, use a secret. But anyway, let's move on. What the hell is this thing called prospecting? So here is the definition of prospecting. The art of gently interrupting people who may one day be a paying client. I want you to understand that to me is the most accurate description I can have of prospecting. I want you to understand prospecting is not marketing. Prospecting is not about a client that you already have. Prospecting is about bringing new people to the pipeline. And I'm going to tell you straight, I don't like prospecting. I don't think it's the way I want to spend all the time in my life. I think there are better things to do than fucking prospecting. Personally, I think it's actually one of the least desirable parts of the job. I'd rather be actually doing a sales presentation. I would much rather be actually putting a sale together. I'd much rather be actually having dinner with a happy client. I'd much rather be sitting at the beach in Kalamata. I'd much rather be going for a nice walk at the Bay Run. There would be so many other things I'd rather be doing by prospecting. But let me tell you straight, why do you need to prospect? Because you need to fucking eat. That's why. So what I'd say to you is embrace prospecting. Embrace it. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of prospecting there is. Here it is. Let's go through what kind of prospecting there is. There is door knocking. And I'm constantly asked, what's better, door knocking, or is telephone prospecting better? Or these new people that say, hey Tom, I like to use LinkedIn is my form of prospecting. I'm a social media type prospector. So what is actually better? So here it is. I will say to you, the best prospecting of all is face to face. No doubt. Face to face is the best prospecting. However, let me tell you, it is also the most inefficient form of prospecting, because when you are prospecting, to get through the amount of people, you'll be potentially knocking on a door of someone that can never ever be a candidate in your business. It could be, if you're in real estate, a tenant, right? So the issue with face-to-face is that it is not the most efficient, right? Because in terms of time and return of investment, the telephone continues to be the most productive tool of all. Even in a world of social media selling, even in a world of Facebook, even in a world of Insta, even in a world of LinkedIn, let me tell you, as Shari did in his presentation at Arik, another client I coach who does 230 sales a fucking year, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. As Tony Jane says, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Why? I'll tell you why. Because in a phone conversation, you can actually say what you want to say far more quicker than typing an email, far more quicker than putting a Facebook messenger, far more quicker than any other way. And you can respond to the person based on what they say. So the phone is the most time efficient. Yes, I agree. Face-to-face is better, but in terms of economics, it is not efficient. And as Tanae Jane says, whether it's hot or whether it's cold, whether it's raining or whether it's hailing, whether it's 40 degrees in heat, you can be on your phone, in your car, making calls. If it's a Tesla, you're not going to worry about draining your battery because you're just going to fucking charge it again. Okay, so guys and girls, let's keep going and talk a little bit more about, so what's the goal of prospecting? Because I had a real estate agent say to me, Tom, I went to a training session and I was told I've got to do 100 calls and I need to get 10 appointments. So I'm trying to close appointment after appointment. Hey, here's the deal. Clients don't care about your fucking targets. Do you understand that? They don't care what your target is. They care about themselves. For me, prospecting is one of three things. Here it is. Number one, yes, there is the chance that you might make an appointment. That is one of the goals of prospecting, creating an appointment. But it is not the only reason. Other times, the reason that you call is to qualify, to work out, do I move them towards my hot database or do I move them towards my cold database? Thank you, Paul. Good to see you again, Paul Morrison. Mate, from Paul from Morrison Kleeman, give us a ring tomorrow. We missed each other on Saturday. So guys and girls, the third reason why you prospect is you want to build familiarity. You want people to be jabbing. Hello, Sanjay from the UK. Do you understand? Let's go over. What are the three reasons why you prospect? Number one, yes, potentially to create an appointment. Number two, to actually work out. Are they hot? Have they got hotter? Are they cold? Do I drop them out of the database? It's pretty much a qualification reason. And the third reason is to build familiarity. Hi, Harry, how you going? That's a touch point. Harry Bazin, how you going? Touch point. Guys and girls, do you understand? That's the three reasons why you prospect. Now, let me ask you, so the next thing is, when do I prospect, Tom? When do I prospect? When's the right time to prospect? Hey, listen, I reckon the issue with people asking the question when, they are the people that I call have paralysis by overanalysis. They are the people that are sitting there analyzing and thinking, if they say this, I'll say this. If they say that, they won't be home. Maybe the best time to call, I'll interrupt. Hey, listen, you don't know what they're going to say. Pick up the phone. You don't know what they're going to say. So bloody make the call. That's the only way. So here's my advice. Here's my advice on when you should call. There's a law, and the law is called the law of triviality. And the law of triviality says that if a human being is given three things, one is it's trivial, one it's important, and one that it's really impactful, human beings will pick the trivial thing. They will end up picking the thing that is actually not important and not impactful. My advice to you is this. You go ugly early. You actually do prospecting in the first half of the day. Why? Here's why. Because you have higher levels of energy. Number one. Number two, as the day goes on, people get busy. You get busy and so does your prospect. So what you do is you do it first thing. You have time blocks. You have time blocks and you block these time blocks in your schedule, in your diary, whatever you're using, right? You're using a handwritten diary or you're using your mobile phone as Outlook. You block out time. You have time blocks. And then you make those calls. So let's keep going, guys and girls. Let's keep going. Next thing is, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say to people, right? Because here's the deal. A lot of the times when you're ringing, people have got what is called reflux responses. They'll say, I'm busy right now. Not for me. Can't talk. You haven't got me at a good time. Not interested. As Panos says, he who makes most call wins, or she who makes most call wins. Be fearful of the competitor who's not afraid of the phone. Geez, I like that, Panos. And Panos, congratulations, mate, because it is I think, is it 100 days or is it a year since you had that bloody massive heart attack? And to have you alive, such a good human being, you and Maria, it's good to see that you're healthy and alive. Anyway, let me move on and say to you, what do you say? They're going to shrug you off, right? That's an instant response. They're going to shrug you off. I'm going to give you a couple of good scripts that are going to help you with the shrugs off as well, right? But anyway, what do you say? Here's what you say. Understand, please, if there's one thing you're going to listen to me today on this rant is the following. You're going to learn this concept called possible value proposition. I will repeat it. Possible value proposition. You need to understand your role in prospecting is to call someone and to mention a possible value proposition. What is that? What is a possible value proposition? And the reason I say possible is you can't be sure. You can't be 100% certain. By the way, guys and girls, if you're finding this rant useful, please tag or send a share button to one of your assistants or people in your office. The reason I use the term possible value proposition is that the person you're speaking to is going to hate the fact that you're asking for their time. This is the most crucial commodity people have. This is the hardest sell of all, to get people's time. If you can get over that, if you can win people's time, I'm telling you, you're set, right? So what you've got to do is understand that everyone has something that they're going to really value. And what you've got to find out is, what is that possible value proposition? Is it that I can give them some information about a property that has just sold? Is it I can give them some information that I know is going to affect the sale of their property about another property that's coming on the market with another agent? Is it something that a bank has just done? Is it something that the council has just approved? What you've got to find out is a possible value proposition. If it's an expired listing you're ringing up, like for instance, you're ringing up an expired listing, ring up and say this: hello, Mark Novak, it's Tom Panos. I know that you're on the market and I hope you're doing well. The reason I was calling is I wanted to see whether you were interested to find out how we sold 3 properties that were on the market with other agents in the last 6 weeks that couldn't get sold, and the 3 things we did to get them sold quickly. Think about it. These people are in pain. Nothing's happening. They've been on the market for 60 days, and you come along and you know that they're in pain. You know that they've got insomnia at night. And what you do is you bring up that value proposition. Always remember, keep thinking to yourself, what's the value proposition? Let's keep going on in prospecting. Couple of other things. What if you're a person that struggles? What if you're a person that struggles with prospecting? Here is look at that. Nathan, good to see you from Berlin, Parramatta. He does the bay run, and he knows that the bay run can be something that you can do and be on the phone. And that is something I do all the time. Anyway, as Andrew says from Barry Plant, pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the damn phone. Pick up the phone. Just fucking pick up the phone. Let's move on. What if you're a struggler? What if you're a struggler? Here's my advice. My advice, if you're a struggler, is that you break it up into 10 dials. Then you have a break. 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 10 dials. Guess what? That's 50 dials. 10 dials, break. $10 break, $10 break, $10 break, $10 break, small break, 5-7 minutes, $10. You know what? At the end of it, you've done 50 dials. Hey, guess what? Do that every day. You've done $250. Thanks, Rolanda. She's even put an image there. $50 is $250 a week. Small achievable goals, as Anmol says. So, but Tom, you don't understand. In our area, we get voicemails. People don't always answer the phone. Well, hello? Guess what? They're supposed to go to bloody voicemail. 100%. You factor that in. In fact, I will say to you, depending on your area, you might find that actually more than half are going to voicemails, which brings me to another point. How do you leave a voicemail message? How do you leave a voicemail message? Well, the last thing you do, the thing you should never fucking do is ring up and say, "Hi, Nathan, it's Tom Panos here. No hurry. Give me a call back when you're ready. I just wanted to, obviously I've got the voicemail, but just give me a ring back. 0419 916 573. By the way, that's not my number. No hurry. I just want to talk to you, just touch base, and no problem. Okay, all good. Bye-bye." You don't leave a message like that. This is what I see as voicemails all the time. People leaving 4-minute essays on a bloody voicemail. The person picks it up and fucking listens to it. They can't even get the number because they're sitting there and they're just listening to this thing going on and going on and going on. Gang, there is an art to leaving voicemails. Here it is. Voicemails must be short. "Hi Nathan, it's Tom Panos. 0419 916 573. That's 0419 576 973. Give me a call. I've got some news you need to know." Bang! No bloody fucking 4-minute thing where the phone number takes 4 minutes to listen to. Then, if you really want to improve probability, guys and girls, you send a text message with your number and make it easy for them to call you back. That is the art of voicemail, guys. Short, sharp, and by the way, when you're calling, have a smile on your dial. It's going to help a lot. Next thing I'll say is standing up gives you a different kind of energy when you're on the phone, right? Let's keep going, guys and girls. Let's keep going. If they say, when you call and they say, "I'm busy now." Guys and girls, I'm busy now. You know when they say that? Here's your response. "I thought that might be the case. Let's make a time now where I can call you when I've got a few moments. Is today at 3 o'clock okay, or tomorrow in the morning?" Agree. Shock them. That'll confuse them. Agree. Say, "Yeah, I thought you'd be busy. Let's pick a time that you're not." Bang. Gang. What you've got to do is be unorthodox in that response. That's a reflex response. "I'm busy now." And they think that's a shrug off. What you do is say, "Hey, I thought you'd be busy. Anyway, let's pick a time that you're not." Bang, and then give them two options. Let's keep going. By the way, can I just give you what I think the best prospectors I've ever met? They've got about 3 or 4 qualities. Here's what they are. The first thing is that they're really competitive. They love winning. So there seems to be this thing. If you're a competitive person, you're a better prospector. The second thing is this. They've got this ability to be optimistic. So someone fucking gives rude to them, rejection, right? Which is part of the deal, part of the game. I always say, make rejection your best friend. You know, by the way, you know what you should do? You should get yourself a 3x5 card or a piece of paper and have it on your desk. It should say next. Every time someone's rude at you, what you do is you look at that card, next. You move on. Gang, do you realize you get paid big bucks in sales for your ability to handle rejection and make more calls? That is what you get paid for. Otherwise, you go get a bloody job earning 43 grand a year as a sales rep dropping Kit Kat bars at fucking 7-Eleven stores. That's what you get paid big money for. That's why we've got people in the gym earning 300, 400,000. Their ability to be able to stay optimistic with rejections. Man, and how do you do that? It's really simple. Keep thinking of the rewards it gives you. Keep thinking of the holidays it gives you. Keep thinking of the stuff it gives you for your family, private schools, travel, multiple properties, the fact that you'll be able to retire earlier. This is what you've got to align it to. And then what actually happens is you say, hey, this is not hard. This is bloody good. You know what's hard? Digging holes in 45 degrees heat. Picking up the phone, that's not hard. Do you understand what I'm trying to get you to understand? This thing is a weapon. It's going to change your life. Embrace it. Let's keep going, guys and girls. All right. And by the way, prospecting's the cure to everything. I don't care. Low commissions, it's the cure to it. Why? You got more appointments. You're not desperate at the listing presentation, right? You know what? Prospecting is the cure to low commissions. Prospecting is the cure to having confidence. Why? Because you can go in and you're not desperate, because you've got appraisal after appraisal, because you've been worrying about the pipeline. As Lisa says, it's a big audience because I think people deep down know that this subject's important. I'm telling you straight, nothing is more important than the pipeline. Nothing is more important than the pipeline. Guys and girls, you see, if you're a good prospector, you don't have commission breath. No problems, Nick Riggers. Watch it from the start. I know you're running late. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope that this has been a useful rant. Gym members, go into the gym, put in the word prospecting in your search box, and have a look at some of the other real estate agents and what they're doing with prospecting, because that's what I like to do, is show you practitioners. But guys and girls, I hope as we leave this rant that you understand today can be the day that you turn around and say, that's it. I'm not someone that's going to abolish prospecting. This thing here is going to set me up for life. And all we're asking is for a few hours per day. Do it in the first part of the day, guys and girls. Go ugly early. It's like, have this morning ritual. Before I leave, I want to tell you, I was reading a beautiful book called The Morning Miracle, and it talked about a term called savers. And I'm going to finish on this point. Savers. Please listen. Don't leave yet. Listen to this. Savers. S-A-V-E-R-S. S-A-V-E-R-S. S stands for silence. Every morning you wake up, give yourself some silence. Meditation, prayer, whatever it is, give yourself some silence. That's the S. A, affirmations. Hey, what you've got to do is understand your self-talk is critical. And start saying some things to yourself. What am I grateful for today? So start giving affirmations to yourself. And I'm not the kind of affirmation person that likes to say, hey, I feel fantastic. I'm the sort of person that asks myself questions that allows my brain to affirm what's good in this situation. So here's a couple of questions. What's great in my life? Who loves me? What was excellent that happened yesterday? What am I so inspired about in my life? What's good in my life right now? That's the A. V, Visualization. Just picture how things are going to pan out that day. Start visualizing your holidays at Christmas. Start visualizing that, Porsche Carrera you're going to buy. Start visualizing, if you're single, that beautiful girl that you're going to end up marrying. I don't know what it is, but start imagining, because I can tell you one of the problems in life, guys and girls, is this, that people live from memory and they don't live from imagination. And I have to tell you, living from imagination gives you possibility. Living from memory gives you probability. The next one is E, exercise. The next one, savers, is the R. And I've got a blank on the R. I've got a blank on the R. Let's go through it again. S, silence. A, affirmations. V, visualization. Thank you, Diana. R is for reading. Yes, R is for reading. Love you, Diana. Thank you, Michael, as well. And then the last one, S, is scribing. So guys and girls, if you had a morning ritual with the word savers, silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading something positive, half an hour, half a rant, I like that, half a rant. And S for scribing, start journaling, start writing things down, because when you write things down, you take your problem and you put it on paper, and it's in the space that you actually get a solution. I'm going to let you know, guys and girls, a lot of this content I used today came from me actually studying the work of Jeff Blount, a beautiful book called Fanatical Prospecting. He was on a podcast by Stephen Brown from the the UK, a top trainer in London. And I heard him on that podcast, and and it got me thinking to myself, what is it that I've got to talk about on this rant? Guys and girls, that's it. What's the biggest gift you can give to me? To execute some of the stuff we spoke about. Ideas without execution are delusions. Guys and girls, Susan, do us a favor. I know you've got the gym open because a lot of people came back from school holidays this week. Can you please, Susan, please put in the real estate gym link, because we want to work with you. We want to produce you like we've produced hundreds of real estate agents that have changed, transformed their lives. They were down and out doing jobs that had no future for them. They come in, I can't get over the amount of people. PRD training this week, correct, New Zealand. Fuck, I've got a lot of travel to do. Boys and girls, signing off. Love to see you join the real estate gym. You got a taste of what I'm all about. Raw, to the point, and stuff that works. Guys and girls, signing off. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I'm pretty certain the Sunday Night Rant is the reason that I'm number 3 in the world social media rank coach on Facebook. Thank you.